All right, we live. What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Moss Media Production. No.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
It's your boy Double A Have here. What's good, y'all?
And this is your boy, Big Mike.
Yo, it's actually been a minute, Mike. It's been a minute. All right. Get yourself together, my dude. Get it together. What's that song? Get it together. Get it together. Yeah.
Nah, man. Nah,
Yeah.
man.
Well,
That's
you need
that's
to get it together.
nah. Get that shit together. No, but no, that's what we're not gonna do today. We're gonna do the opposite of get it together. We're gonna get disrespectful and churlish tonight
Oh,
on
so
this episode.
we're
So,
gonna be straight up.
oh yeah, somebody called a
No, hold on, but it's been like what,
doctor.
2 weeks, 3 weeks since we
Yes, it has. Michael
2 weeks
has
or
been
three
busy.
weeks.
It's been about 2 weeks, I believe, and some change. Michael's been busy traveling the streets because the streets were calling, and I had to go running. So yeah, so I had to make sure my lovely co-host made sure to remind me that we were well due for a new episode.
Yes,
So
I
by
did.
all means, y'all, when he asks, I come. I mean,
Whoa, yo, pause,
oh,
pause, whoa,
oh,
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 oh my God.
oh,
All right,
oh,
so
oh,
let's
it's
get
hot.
into the topic. Let's get into the topic.
Oh man. All righty then. So guys, I got a from I'm gonna give a shout out to my boy Scott. Scott was the one that actually gave me the idea for today's episode.
Okay.
Um, and with regards to women with kids, right?
Ooh.
So based upon the post, just want to make sure I have it up and ready. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's gonna probably take a bit to
Hold
get
on,
into
I'll pull it
focus.
up that way they can see.
Yep. Either who, it's does having children lower your value in the dating world?
And that's
Respectfully.
for
Hashtag respectfully.
men and women.
Yeah, I think we could do both sides of the spectrum. Just so
Okay.
that way we remain maintain transparency and a little
Objectivity.
in objectivity, I guess. Yeah, so yes, that was the post. And I thought that would be an amazing topic for this episode, and who better than to expound on this topic than the most honorable, the most high. So I'm like, oh no,
The
oh
most
no,
honorable.
oh we're getting canceled. But
This guy.
Mr. Kevin J. Sam. I don't know if his middle name is Kevin, but it is what it is.
What's up,
But yes,
Nicole?
hey Nicole. So yeah, Kevin Samuels. So what Kevin Samuels is going to do is what if you guys don't know, for we have new viewers on the helm. But Kevin Samuels is a renowned dating coach. And what he does is he's an image consultant first and foremost. And what he does is he helps men and women and provides them clarity as to why their lives, may not be up to par, whether it be in the dating realm or whether it be through their health and fitness and things of that nature. He provides you that tough and rough clarity that you just so desperately need to get your butt up off the couch and get out there and be somebody. Right. So he rubs a lot of people the wrong way because Mr. Kevin Samuels has, a very interesting way about going about the truth. And the truth hurts. And for a lot of these people that we know that he comes across, this is exactly the pain that they feel once the truth gives them that nice hard slap in the face. So before I start it up, my co-host, do you have anything else to add to this?
Nah, I'm actually excited to hear what he's got to say. And then give my 2 cents based off the topic.
All right. So, guys, I mean, without further ado, let's get him started. And please, I got this new Stream Deck, guys, so bear with me. I'm trying to use it because I want to have some fun on this fucking episode. I know we've been a little serious, and we probably will get serious today because the delusion of grandeur is real out here in these streets. So by all means, let's have fun and tune in. All right.
To whatever your name is, unmute yourself.
Mm-hmm. Off
Hello.
the bat.
Hi.
Hi.
Can you
Oh God.
Okay, so very nice to meet you. I am new to your channel.
Uh-oh.
So just kind of following along. So I've just
First off,
with the
let's start with this. What's your name?
My name's Susan.
Hi, Susan. How old are you?
I'm 30.
All right. What you got for me?
So I'm 30 and I have 2 kids. So I'm single. I have 2 kids from a previous relationship.
Woo! Yo, sorry.
Hold
I
on. So
had
she's
to-
30. She's 30. She's single
Yep.
and got 2 kids.
Yes, absolutely. Otherwise, she
Okay.
wouldn't be calling. And yeah, I had to play the record scratch because right there we're in the danger zone right now. So guys, just hold on for your for dear life.
So I was kind of trying to rate myself, but I am still like very like young, active. I have a lot to offer. I make great money. I have good, well-behaved children, and I am in LA dating, and I just find dating in LA so hard. So I actually don't have like a problem like meeting like what you call like high-profile men, like men or
You
high
just got a problem
value.
getting a husband.
Yeah, but
Yeah, because you got 2
I-
kids.
so it's
Damn.
just the 2 kids
Damn.
thing.
No,
like,
it's not just. It's not just.
Oh!
It's not just. It's big. I mean, you're 30 years old
Oh,
and all this career stuff. But where? How many different fathers?
1.
Oh, that's
How
good.
come you and he didn't get married?
I was so young when I was in that
Oh, here we
relationship,
go.
so I met
Okay.
him. When
How
I
old is
was
your
really
oldest
young.
child?
He didn't even lazy. He
10.
didn't even finish.
How old is your youngest?
7
So you were 23. That's
when
not
I
bad.
had my daughter. Yeah. So my kid's father, he was older than me.
But listen to what I'm about to say. You were younger. You were old enough to make babies.
Yeah.
First one at 20, even though I'm not okay with it, you can let it slide. But the second one, man, that's a choice. Why didn't
Yeah.
you?
No, we were in the like. I was with him for like 6 or 7 years.
But you weren't his wife, and that's a
No.
difference.
Yeah.
So if you'll let me explain it to you, I'll try.
Oh.
You're
Okay.
a woman that was with a man for 6 or 7 years, and you gave him the highest honor a woman can give any man on the planet. You gave him children. You gave him not only 1, you gave him 2.
Huh.
And yet you did not require him to even bestow the title of a wife upon you. So you go back out into the market, older, with 2 children, you expect someone in that market to accept you older and bestow the title of wife upon you? That's how men look at it. Right, wrong, or indifferent. And then being in LA, one of the most competitive markets for women in the world. Competition is stiff out there. I'll be there in a couple of weeks. Beautiful
But I
woman on every
wouldn't
corner.
say like.
Oh man. All I got to say is this is exactly what we're talking about, right? So I want you guys to just pay attention and pay attention clearly. You know, this is a pure example of not being able to take accountability, right? The questions are asked and before anything can be, there's like a little silence can be left, you know, for the lambs and the sheep to make their way across the belt. You know, she's already ready to provide an answer. So that means, for one, she's not listening. And 2, she's already got something building in her mind about what he thinks and how he's going to respond to some of her answers. Oh yeah, but well, you know, we were young and you know, this is it's like who asked you all that? You know what I'm saying? I just want to know what your status is, right? So I think this is something for you guys to just be cognizant of, right? And you know, and this is going to help factor into that overall grade as to why you should, or I'm sorry, why a person who's either has a kid should be rated higher or lower on the spectrum.
Well, I think that we should. Well, let me open up the screen real fast. I think that we should pretty much give our opinions, our thoughts, because we haven't really gone into that. You know, so
Yeah,
the question
by all
is,
means, go ahead.
do women and men, respectively, lose value when they have children? Obviously, we're talking about in the dating scene.
Sure. Yeah.
So in my opinion, women definitely lose value. But obviously, there's a lot of there's a lot to it because it depends on how many kids you have. You know what I mean? What type of guy or guys did you have the kids with? Your situation, stuff like that. So there's a lot to it, obviously, and the more you get into it, the more you get into the nuance. Obviously, it might be more extreme than in one case as opposed to another. But overall, I think that yes, if a woman has a child, that does diminish her value, in my opinion, and I believe in most guys' opinion, because I don't think that men are, or even guys for that matter, are actively searching out baby mamas. I'm pretty sure that most guys, and I don't want to speak for most guys, but I just know that I know how guys think. So yeah, they're not out there, combing the parks for baby mamas, unless they're looking for someone that they might think is going to be more desperate than a single girl that just living her best life. But yeah, I was never looking for a baby mama. And again, nothing against these women. Obviously some just made mistakes at a young age. They didn't really see value in themselves or whatever the case may be, and then they did that. There's no reason to regret having a blessing in your life. No one's trying to castigate these women. I know I'm certainly not. But I think that when you keep it all in perspective, obviously there is a dating market. So like when I go to buy a car, there's a vehicle market. There's 4-door sedans, there's 2-door coupes, there's American, there's Japanese. Same rules apply to women. You know what I mean? So if you can get your pick, most people are going to pick what they want, and most guys don't want a kid that's not theirs. So I'll put that there. And then as it pertains to men, I don't think men actually lose value when they have children. I actually think that depending on the man, he actually gains value, which is crazy. It's crazy when you think about it, but they do. I think women look at men that have children, and they're actually doing the right thing, as like a beacon of order. And I believe that deep down, most women, no matter what they want to say, have a high regard for a man that has order in his life. I mean, don't get me wrong. Most women, not all, but most, they will try to, come in your life and try to cause some goddamn chaos. To see if they can, and y'all know that y'all do that. But at the end of the day, I do think that women are I know women are attracted to men that have their shit together. So and that's the dichotomy there.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm gonna be a little harsher when it comes to women. And I don't think there's any wiggle room. I mean, I don't even need to know about what kind of baby mama. Yeah,
aren't I the misogynist? Quote unquote?
Yeah, no, you are, and that's absolutely fine in this dynamic. But I think in this case, I think I appreciate your how you massaged it. But let's be honest, right? Like, and we're gonna speak for most guys, because at the end of the day, we are guys that have had a history, right, of being able to court women. Right. So we know what we have an idea as to what goes on in real guys' minds when they're out there in the dating scene. And I'm gonna be honest with you, it absolutely drops your value. Right. It's like if you're in the stock market and you're at an all-time high, and then you come out on a dating scene with a kid, much less 2 kids at that, there's just boom, just Shazam, just automatic tank, 1929. Like it's hard, man. It's hard out here. Like you cannot tell me, right? If we're gonna stack the deck, if I'm I'm 30 years old now. If I'm walking out into the dating scene and I have my choice between, and I don't even care if I'm 30, if I'm 20 years old, if I have a choice between dating a single woman, right, who brings everything I need to the table, right, as far as the type of woman that I need, and then I have a similar age woman who has 2 kids. All right, with some other dude, much less maybe 2 kids of 2 different dads. Lord of mercy. First off, this is gonna be a cold, hard, honest truth for y'all, and then this is a record scratch for y'all. All right, this is an uncomfortable truth for y'all. No man wants to raise another man's legacy, right? Now, if a man does, right, and all honor to him, you know, because there are some amazing stepfathers out there who are out there carrying the torch, who understand the male principle and understand that my co-host talks about on numerous occasions, and understands that, you know, having a male figure in a child's life is absolutely paramount, right? So these guys, you know, salute to you. Salute to you. That if you're you know, no condescension, you know, whatsoever, salute to you. But it ain't gonna be me, right? I've walked down that path, right? I've dated women, right, that have, you know, that have had children. I thought honestly that I could do it, right? And then I'll tell you this right now, it's extremely hard, right? Because those kids are amazing kids, right? And it's not even their fault. It's just like you look at them and you're like, you're like, man, I wish I was your dad, but I'm not, right? So at the end of the day, when his birthdays come up, you know what I'm saying, when all this other stuff, you're still going to be expected to provide for that child, even though it's not your child, right? Now let's flip it, right? And let's talk about the value on men. For men, it absolutely does nothing to your value. If anything, if, as my co-host said, if you have children and you take care of yours, right? Because this is under the premise that you're taking care of your children and not a deadbeat, right? Because otherwise, you know, you're going to be not really a good person on the market anyway. If you're out here handling your business as a man, that's automatically sexy point number one. And most women are going to be like, and they'll tell you, oh, I love a man that, you know, that's out here taking care of his kids, handling his own, all that. It's expected. It's expected for a man to provide for his kids. There's not expected for a woman who comes on as a stepmother to provide for his kids that are not hers. Okay, so there's two different dichotomies at work here, which is why the value of a man is extremely high, because again, he's doing what's already expected of him, as opposed to a woman bringing on a man. Now he's expected to do something for someone that's not even going to be sharing his last name technically, especially if that father's still in the figure. The baby father, I should say, is still in the figure. So it's two different sets of stones. I'm sorry, guys. You know, this is an uncomfortable truth for you women, you know, out there. It absolutely hurts you on the dating market. Now, as my co-host mentioned, is there ways that you can buffer that? Absolutely. But let's be honest, okay? Your prospects are going to dwindle extremely hard as soon as the baby carrot, or what's it called? Those little baby seats are seen in the back. I'm sorry. It's just oh no. Not like this. So that would be, that's my view on it, right? And I'm gonna generalize. It's most guys. I'm sorry. Like, if you're a guy, and I'm talking about guys that are high, that are tearing towards being high valued men, we again don't want to be out here creating legacies for other men. I'm sorry. Like, that's just not. It's not ingrained in us. Like, and it's ingrained in us to go tooth hard and nail for babies that come from us. Like, we're gonna kill ourselves backwards going for babies that are from our seed. So to expect that to have that same energy for somebody else's kid, and then have to provide that same energy for both, is just it's not something. It's not an ideal setup, and most guys are not going to sign up for it.
Yeah, actively, they're not actively searching it.
No, yes, absolutely, not actively, yes. But if they find out, oh Lordy, oh, just be sure, lady. I mean, towards the end of this, hopefully, you know, we don't get, you know, fucked up with YouTube and all this. I don't think we should. But we'll give you guys some, you know, I'll give you women some insiders as to how you can provide some, you know, some additional value for men out there, right? Because at the end of the day, we want our men to be able to bag women. We want our men to be able to be the best versions of themselves, right? And at the same token, we understand that some of y'all women, you know, hey, you know, y'all are great women in your own right, but you might have I don't want to call it a road bump, but essentially you have something that could keep you from getting the type of man that you want, right? So I'll give you a couple little tidbits towards the end of this, all right? If I remember.
Real quick, you know, the thing is, a lot of times you hear women say, "Oh, well, you know, like it was a mistake or whatever," and they just try to like chalk it up as like a mulligan. You know, but obviously most men understand that most women, and not all, but most, you know, are allergic to accountability. So they're not going to, you know, be like, oh, well, you know, they're not going to own it. You know, it's going to be something like, oh, I was young and I was dumb and shit. And, you know, that may be the goddamn truth. You know, that may just be it. Mm-hmm. But you have to understand that's not like no one gives a shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't owe you nothing. I don't give. Oh, yo, okay, you was young and dumb, so I'm just gonna, act like I ain't see that that 5-year-old.
Skip over it.
Yeah,
Skip over it.
No, it doesn't work like that. And again, I'm not trying to knock these women because again, look, I'm all for it, and y'all know I'm all for the family unit. So
I'll still bust it down.
A stepfather is better than no father, So these women should be out there looking for men, but they have to understand that they don't, their expectations shouldn't be what they are. You can't be walking around with like shopping for a Bentley if you don't got Bentley money. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
Bars.
Ooh, I like that. I like that. See, this is where the sound effects, man. Oh my god, I'll give you a nice little ding. But anywho, I mean, this is a sense. I mean, if we're already getting right into, I mean, ladies, let's be real, right? A lot of y'all, right, as my co-host said, think you deserve a Bentley with no Bentley money, right? So what that means, right? If there's 10% of guys and women and homosexuals and all of those making the money that you want for your guy to be able to provide for your son or your daughter, that's not his, right? There, you need to start whelping those expectations, right? Because those men, right, do not take on unnecessary finances where not need be, which is why they have the money that they have, right? So let's just get that out the way, right? I think we're gonna. Kevin Samuels is rearing up and ready to go here, and I think I want him to give y'all that nice cold hard truth, that I've been trying to, but I just don't think that you guys are listening right now.
So I do meet great men. I don't think it's hard finding the man to
okay, man.
be committed to.
Oh no. See, this is how we judge over here. We don't judge by dealing with dating. We judge in weddings.
Oof.
That's the only thing that counts. Oof. If you're not married, you're losing.
Oof. God.
See, that makes it real clear because you've had everything up to that point anyway, right?
I've been engaged.
Right. I don't count those either. Because women, especially a lot of black women, have been engaged for a long time, 3, 4, 5 engagements. See, when you make it real clear, there's a high value man or whatever term you're using. Has any one of them married you? And the answer is no. And that's what I say. It's the dating market is difficult because
you can hear the gulp.
You're not an unattractive woman. Sure, a guy will take you out for a nice date. You really know? Really want to know what we think? How tall are you?
5'6". I weigh 115 pounds.
Yes. Oh yeah, I'll take you out. Oh hell yeah, I would take you.
I don't have a problem finding men.
Of course not. I would. But the thing is, but what are you finding them for though? Yeah, I would take you out. Get you a nice steak and some lobster. We'd have a good old time. And I would blow your back out, but I wouldn't marry you.
See, what I think I really have an issue is
Agreed.
Finding men that don't want the superficial. Most, I feel like the type of guys they just want a woman that
See, that's what I don't get. She started leading that rebut by saying, "Oh, but I'm talking about a guy that doesn't want that superficial." Look, sex isn't superficial. Sex isn't superficial. I'll repeat, sex isn't superficial. So that's a big part. Like for instance, when marriages are failing, most times they're not having sex. Sex isn't superficial. Sex is a huge part of any kind of relationship going on. So if these women say, "Oh, I want a guy that's not about the superficial,"
shaking the room.
Well, it's not superficial. 1, 2, and what else? What do you have to offer? What separates you? And again, I'm not just saying that I'm talking down. I'm being condescending to all women. I'm not. It's more or less, obviously, I say all the time, you have to appraise yourself every day. Every day I appraise myself so that way I could be better than I was yesterday. And then I work on things every single day, So I know my value. I know what I have to offer. I know what my market value is. I know what separates me from guy A, guy B, guy C, guy D. I know what separates me, and it's not the sex. per se. You know, I'm way more confident in myself and knowing who I am. And a lot of these women, they're shells. You know, they're and I think that's their biggest issue. They don't know how to be them. You know, and it's pretty sad, actually.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. All right, this and thank you for that. And I think my sentiment is gonna be real simple, right? Men derive value from the capacity to be able to bag as many women as physically possible, right? When you're at a status where all men want to be you, right, and all girls want to top you off, this is where we derive value from, right? That's just where it all bodies down to, right? And the more value that you create for yourself, the more of that ambiance that you're able to pursue, which is where you'll be able to take on more and more different types of women and flavors. Women, on the other hand, y'all derive value, and I'm sorry to burst some of y'all bubbles, right? Because a lot of y'all see sex as this useless microcosm that it has to happen just to get from A to point B. No. Sex is important because at the end of the day, for a woman, once those cheeks are clapped, your clock starts now as far as what value you bring to the table. Okay, so because at the end of the day, all women can get their buns did, but what can you do for me after we clap cheeks? Which is why I always say, you know, if you're gonna date someone, absolutely you should be looking to have intercourse as soon as possible. Not just because you want to just get that, you know, it's just because it's useless. No. Essentially, you do want to get the sex out the way because you need to see what that person offers when that shit's gone and clear. That's what's important about getting through the stage of sex. And when you find out what a person is really capable of, once you're not, you know, worried about, you know, oh, is she like this in bed? Is she like that in bed? You know, what does she do? This table that we ask you guys about on a consistent episode basis, that's something that you guys are essentially responsible for, because my table is set. I know it, as my co-host mentioned as well, we know what we bring to the table all around. But at the same token, if I was to ask a number of you girls right now what it is that you bring to the table outside of sex, you'll give me some hallmark. Oh, you know, I bring humor. I bring, you know, I bring, you know, I bring love and devotion and care and you know, I bring when he's down, I bring him, you know, I bring him, you know, light and happiness. No, okay, just it's enough. It's enough. It's enough. That doesn't set you apart at all. Like that really doesn't, right? So and if that you want to pass that by an average guy, right, that's doing average things, by all means, yeah, he'll soak that up with the best of them. But when you're looking for a certain type of guy, because most of you women are, because 10% of all the guys on the planet, I'm sorry, in America, are fucking 90% of all the women in America. That tells you that 90% of women are looking for the same type of guys, no matter what they want to tell you, right? And if that's the case, then you have to be able to show that you're different from the other 90%. But if you're only saying that you can cook and clean and that you give good head, I'm sorry, at the end of the day, you're not really setting yourself apart. All right. Yeah, so let's be real, right? When he brings up, you know, sex, you know, don't just wish it away as if it's some, like, you know, useless tool. You know, it is useful. But at the same token, if you're gonna wash it away, what else do you bring? You wouldn't even be able to tell him, right? So that's part of the equation that we're speaking on here.
Looks good on their arm, like
yes.
So, like when you
hold
say,
on, listen, let me stop right there. Yes, that's what we want, because that's who we are. And you want a man.
That's the problem I have with dating.
But listen, Linda. You want men not to be men. You want men to think like women. That's not what we value, ma'am. We want a beautiful woman on our arm.
Yeah, and that's the problem.
Shut up.
No.
Shut up.
You're the problem.
Yes.
Yes, you're the problem, because I'm telling you what men want. You've experienced what men want, and you got a problem with it. That's your problem.
Woo.
We're not going to change.
Got me sweating.
You're either going to get on board with it, or you will die alone.
Got me sweating, man. I got.
What should I be looking for then?
Shut your ass up.
Honestly, first you need to get down and understand that You have no leverage. You have no leverage in this matter.
Jesus was calling. Stop
It's
spitting
the
those
men.
facts.
We control access to relationships. You control access to sex. You need to understand what a man that you would want, what he would want in a girlfriend, wife, or significant other.
Like a good mother.
No, man. No,
good
man.
wife.
That changes from every man. That changes from man to man. Where's your father?
Oh, I didn't grow up with a mother or a father.
All right. So,
Ooh, wow.
And
Sorry,
I got dark.
respect.
It really did. Like,
you don't seem to get that.
Shit.
Men judge the way we judge. And yes, like I said, you have no problem getting men to pay you attention. You've got no problem attracting men. But getting a man to take you seriously, and would you like to be married?
I would.
Okay, and that's a problem because you're asking a man to become a stepfather. You're asking, let's say you're asking me to come in and take care of one man's child, a man's two children.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't create those. It's all downside. I've been a stepfather. It's a horrible deal.
What about the men that have children of their own? They want a stepmother.
There we go.
Well, again, you still act as though
most men at this age.
Okay, listen. I'll answer it. See, you're still speaking as if you have leverage in this thing. I'm trying to level set you. Even if I have children, I got more options than you.
Yeah,
I can go find a woman with no kids.
We were just saying that. So
shit making me hot. And then mind you, y'all, we've never seen this episode before. So just a quick little disclaimer, but it's kind of interesting to see how, men truly think on this topic, because I mean, hey, look, men, as much as we, some of you women, try to act like, no, not all, we all think the same. All men, when it comes to our core, we all have the same value. Now, depending on how those core values may divulge and how we communicate them to the other sex, that depends on how you were raised, right? If you were raised in a femininely manner, then you're not going to be as outwardly, and as, sort of direct and assertive with the way you talk to the other sex, because again, you're carrying a lot of that feminine energy that you were surrounded with, maybe, unless you awaken yourself to, more masculine type conversations and or intellectual study and things of that nature, right? So but at the end of the day, at its core, we all are on the same page, right? It's just a matter of who wants to choose to wake up or not.
Yeah, who wants to be a simp or not?
That's actually look, man, that's a shadow ban word, man. We can't be using words like that, man. You know
you serious?
Like, that's that podcast, bro. That podcast I watched, man. That's one of those words that Are
you serious? I've been using that word.
Yeah, you gotta be careful, man. You gotta be careful, man. YouTube be looking at all this shit in the algorithm, man. You know what I'm saying? So you won't get banned, but it's gonna, they're gonna be on you. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be on you. So just be careful. This is why, you know what I'm saying? Like hey, at the end of the day, y'all know y'all be imping. All right. At the end of the day, y'all be imping. You know what I'm saying? So this is, and then just real quickly, just so that way, y'all can catch up to speed with this sermon that the good brother Kevin Samuels is laying down on the tracks. Jesus. Okay. If you're something else. Okay. But seriously, no, I think women, a lot of times, especially modern women in this day and age, you get sold a lot of lies, right? And in this in this society, it's actually extremely profitable to lie to you guys, right? Because what's going to happen? You're going to go out to the the makeup industry. You're going to slap on all that stuff on your face, right? Because it's going to tell you that you are inherently more beautiful when you put this stuff on. Right, you're gonna wear clothes that probably don't fit you. You're gonna wear these fupa things, right? You're gonna wear it just because you want to look tighter and all this stuff. Lying is just a part of the industry for y'all, right? And 80% of y'all are make up the industry at hand, the consumer-based industry. So when we talk about these things, right, you have to look at it outside of your. And it's gonna be hard for y'all because a lot of y'all, because at the end of you are women, right? But if you take a look on the side of logic, right, you'll see that leverage has been wiped, right? Especially when you bring kids into the picture. The difference is that men and women aren't the same, right? So a lot of you women like to give women rules to men, when in all actuality, they don't apply. Right, that's like trying to ask someone to adhere to non-baseless rules when it falls outside of their spectrum whatsoever. Right, so you can't be continually trying to embark all these different regulations on people and saying, oh well, how come how come guys are able to get stepmothers then? Because again, it's different, right? Women see attraction, attraction isn't symmetrical.
No.
Right, it's completely different, right? So when you look at how men and women get together when the situations are different, it's absolutely because the circumstances are not the same, right? And the leverage is all in the man's court at the end of the day, which is why, sorry to say, and I mean this is gonna be an uncomfortable truth for y'all, men are the prize. Men are the prize, guys. Men are the prize, especially high value men. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry to burst your bubble. I know a lot of y'all saying, walking around out here, oh no, well I could do, I'm a bad bitch, I'm a bad this, and I'm a bad. So I'm sorry to burst your bubble. The man that you want, because at the end of the day, you guys never date down. And so what happens if you never date down? You're only gonna date your equal or someone that's better than you. And I guarantee you, if you do date down, you ain't dating down for long, honey. Nah. Sugar child, honey bun. Okay, you ain't dating down for long, right? If you held down a man, right, that was below you, I guarantee you that was met with nothing but disdain and nothing but retribution at the end. So please, at the end of the day, you must understand this is why the circumstances are different, because at the end of the day, men, especially men of value. I'm not talking about those bum ass dudes that are working at GameStop, 13 hours a week. You know what I'm saying? Just bullshitting, don't have money saved to their name.
I used to work at GameStop for 13 hours a week.
Aaron, let's be real. Aaron, let's be real. That wasn't really a job for you. All right,
that was extra money.
Yeah, but it wasn't really a job for you. Let's not even. We came in. I don't even know if you would put that on your resume, honestly.
So, no, hell the fuck no.
Exactly. So
never.
So let's cut it out. All right, that's number one and foremost. So at the end of the day, guys, there's a reason why the circumstances are different, because men are. And this isn't just showboating. This isn't just me, hyping. It's look at the facts, y'all. If 90% of y'all want the 10% of men that exist, what does that say? Because I tell you this, I'll bag a girl that works at CVS and I'll wife her. If she has the right principle and understands the feminine ways of being, I'll wife her. Oh, yeah. But I guarantee you this, when y'all walk into my man Aaron's CVS that he's the manager at, right, hustling and bustling, I guarantee you when you look at the stock boy, you'll be lucky if you even know his name. But I'll guarantee you if Jessica has a booty on her and she looks good and she knows how to be a woman and she's stocking boxes, honey, come on now, baby, let me help you with those boxes. Let me help you. What's your name? I see her. I will see her, because guess what? 90% of the women aren't non-existent to us. We see our playing field is so open. Y'all, on the other hand, your playing field is so closed. No matter how much you guys want to act like you're saviors and that you'll hold down this and you ain't doing it willingly. And the only way you'll do it is if the guy's gonna be a come up at the end of the day. Right, so let's just cut the bullshit.
That's interesting though, because obviously, I mean, we all know it's bullshit, but women are always saying how, we'll date anybody. You know what I mean? Like, we're open to anyone. It's like, no. If a guy walked up to you that you was not quote unquote feeling, you wouldn't give him the time of fucking day. You know what I'm saying? Period. Wouldn't give the time of day. I'm not saying there's anything necessarily wrong with that. We lost him.
Yeah, can you see me?
We lost him.
Yo.
We lost
him.
All right, let's see if we can get him back.
I can see you.
Yeah. What happened?
Yeah, we cut out. They said connection issues.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, but we're here. Man, we're here. We weren't playing anything, so it wasn't any what's it called?
I can afford both of you.
It wasn't any.
If I can afford to take care of you and your kids,
boy, it is hot
I can afford to take care of her and no kids.
Yeah.
Why would I pick you and your kids when I know your kids are not going to? I'm not their father. They'll never look at me as their father. I got all the responsibility and none of the upside of being a biological father. Can I discipline those children like they were my own?
They don't need discipline. They're very
See,
great
that's your
for-
problem. There you go, right there.
Whoa, what the
She said
fuck?
they don't
really
need discipline.
don't.
Okay, this
My
is why.
They don't need discipline.
Yeah. No, that's a huge
Red flag.
huge part. Like for instance, you know,
Need a towel.
what's that guy's name? One of our mutual friends. I'm not gonna blast him.
Oh, here we go.
I didn't ask
Breaking
him.
up.
I didn't
breaking
ask
up a
him to
Yeah.
do that because I didn't plan on. I didn't know how this was gonna turn out. But anyway, we have a mutual friend.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously he grew up with a stepfather who was a cool ass dude. Now our friend's mother did not allow the stepdad to discipline him
Oh,
at all.
I know you're talking
And
about.
now this has literally, like, this is my boy. You know what I'm saying, this is my boy. Nothing but love for him and his family. You know what I'm saying?
Is this a recent story that you told me?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm talking about that same person, but it's just, it's huge. If you have a baby, if you have kids, ladies, right, or women, for that matter,
Damn.
and you're trying to find a guy to be a quote unquote stepdaddy, because that's what you're trying to find. You know, you could say you're just looking to date all the hell you want, unless you're just out there trying to run the red light district. Then you're looking for a stepdaddy. So you have to be open. I mean, I say that you have to be open to letting him discipline your children. I'm not saying abuse them, motherfucker. I'm not saying that at all. But discipline. And I can tell you from firsthand experience, one of my best friends, his stepfather was not allowed to discipline him. And I see what happened because of that. Now when things happen, it's just like, oh well. And the stepdad's just like, hey, that's your son.
It ain't my son.
Yeah,
I got mine.
Yeah. So
I got mine.
Ladies, please do yourself a favor, because nothing good is gonna come from that. You know what I mean? And I grew up with a stepfather, but he could have disciplined us. He just was not that type of guy. Right. He was against that. He grew up during the Jim Crow era, so he was really against beatings. You know what I'm saying? He was really against, I'm serious. I'm serious.
This is
What?
Yeah, he said he grew up during the Jim Crow.
He did.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, I know, but it's just the way you set that up, man. It's just, yeah. Out of all the eras that you could talk about, man, like
during the Jim Crow era, and he, but my mom, she was open for that. I think she would have liked it.
We're breaking up a little bit.
She probably would have liked it. She probably would have liked it a little bit too much. So luckily for us, he didn't do that. But anyway, I digress. Back to the video. You can press play, Mike.
All right. Yeah. Am I coming in? Because they're saying we had connection issues.
Yeah, no, I see you.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, because we're like breaking up a little bit on my end. All right.
This is why. You're in freaking sane if you don't think your kids are not special. They need discipline just like anyone else. Maybe you don't. Okay. Then this is the problem. They don't need discipline. So the answer is, could I discipline the child?
Yeah.
Okay. Without you questioning me.
Yeah. If I choose you as my partner, like have complete trust in you.
Okay,
and, like,
so I could spank the children.
10, they don't need spanked.
No. I could spank the see right there. I said I could discipline children. You said yes.
Spanking. Oh,
pay
Lord.
attention, woman.
I am.
You said I could discipline the children.
Just go ahead and
without you questioning me. Yes.
All right,
so if I decide to spank them, I gotta listen to your mouth. Because they don't need it. That's why you need to stay single until your kids are gone. That's the choice you made when you reproduced, man.
Yeah.
And I need you ladies to understand something. You going out here having babies without marriage and then breaking up with men you incur consequences. We don't want those kids around us because we cannot take care of them, cannot discipline them. We don't want to have to put up with all this other stuff. You're a fun woman. Guys look at you and be like, she's got 2 kids and she's 5'6", 115. She's a lot of fun. She's obviously sexually active. I'll have a good time with you, but no way, not no way, but very unlikely the man's going to take you seriously, especially when you start talking. Because I believe what you're telling me is honestly, and I'm like, who wants this deal?
Who doesn't want this deal? A beautiful woman that
You're
is a
not
great
married.
mother,
Right.
has a great career.
You're not married.
I'm
Don't
not
care about your career.
You answer your own question by
strong,
being on
like
this.
I'm submissive.
No, but listen, did you hear what I just said? Did you
just?
okay? Did you hear what I just said? Don't care about your career.
Yeah.
The thing is, ma'am, it's the 2 kids. That's the 2 kids. Everything you're saying does not overcome the deficit that 2 children bring.
Oof. This is a hard truth.
I mean, like, you have money. That doesn't matter to you.
If you have what?
I said you have money. That doesn't matter to you financially.
I have more.
You have what?
I have more.
More
money than you. I have more money than
that.
I have more money, and I can go over there and get her. And she's 25. And she has no kids, and I don't have to I don't have to deal with any of the stuff we just talked about. She's 25, agreeable, cooperative, fit, and ready to get on my program. Have butt naked, freaky. Be there and experience things. I'm dealing with a 30-year-old woman who's got her mind. Listen.
Wait, has my video been playing on your end?
Yeah, it's choppy though. It's choppy. It's saying your internet is.
It's saying my shit's at 3 out of 10 right now.
Yeah, it keeps dipping down to the red zone.
Yeah. Oh, let's turn that on.
Where's your router?
Let's see if that helps a little bit. It's not far. It's actually, I take that back. I think it's actually downstairs. All right, all right, I'm going back up.
I have a solution for you.
All right, we'll talk about that when we. I'm at 6 out of 10. Let's see how this goes right now.
Okay. See, when this conversation is over, I go back to my wonderful life. You go back to your life, still trying to figure these things out, and I'm just trying to help you, lady. I'm not saying you're not everything you're saying you are.
Down for the next 8 years, basically.
But you're not okay. And who is actively pursuing you to be their wife?
I mean, I got options.
Who is actively pursuing you to be their wife?
I got options. I don't really.
Ma'am,
you got options.
You did no. That would be a fiance. See, this is where the truth comes in. You can either.
All right, man. This before my shit gets choppy again. This is I got options. I got options. I think a lot of you women that are attractive, right? You confuse let me turn this thing on. This fan on. I think a lot of you, attractive women, you conflate 2 different things, right? You conflate sexual, sexual attention with actual attention, right? Intentful attention. You know what I'm saying? Marrying, settling down attention, right? The men that you guys are, that you're calling your so-called options, right? If you really did your time to vet, those men are just trying to get some cheeks. Okay, so those options that you so-called have in your bucket or whatever you're trying to show off about right now at this moment, those men, they're not. And if they are, those are probably not the men you want to be with, because otherwise you would have married one of them. You would have let one of them. You would have pursued that option with one of them. But there's a reason why you're calling Kevin Samuels up, trying to figure out why.
Exactly.
So if you had all the right options, you wouldn't be needing to sit here and have this conversation with with Kevin Samuels. So please spare me.
Yeah, I mean, I've said this before. I'll say it again. When women are doing what they're supposed to be doing, they're worried. They're worried about their man, and I don't mean like worried in like a negative way. Like I'm worried where he's at, what he's doing. I mean like that's what their focus is until they have children, and then it shifts to the children. So just the fact that she's on the phone with Kevin Samuels says that you ain't got a man, like a real man. Period. Period. And I know a lot of women, once you attack them, not even attack, once you approach them with that, then it's like, oh, well, I'm strong and I'm independent. Here we go with this nonsense again. And look, obviously my channel is dedicated to the quote unquote black man, but this is for any man, any woman. They're all the same for the most part when it comes to this. You cannot, as a woman, you cannot try to overinflate your value to us when we could just say no. The most powerful word out there is no. And thank you, but no thank you. That's it. And I don't even have to give you an explanation. I could just leave your ass on red. No. That's it. But you know, I don't have to. I don't even have to do all that. You know, I'm not saying that guys should take that approach, but you know, I mean, do what you feel is right. But at the end of the day, you know, if I don't want to be with a woman because she has kids by somebody else, then you know, it is what it is. You know, and if as a woman, and you know, my channel's not here to give women advice, but sometimes I do just by giving guys advice because they could just flip it and say, okay, we should do that. But
Right.
as a woman, you know, look, I'm not saying that you got to stick it out with me. If I let your ass know, like, whoa, you know, we could just keep clapping, but this ain't going nowhere because I'm not trying to be his stepfather or her stepfather.
Right.
You know, I want to start my own family one day. This is cool in the interim. Now,
Right.
ladies, if y'all don't like that, by all means, don't waste your time. If you're if you know you're looking for a stepdad for your children, which you should be, you know, because again, you know what's crazy, Mike? Not crazy, but this is what happened the other day. I said to Brittany, I said, hey, if anything ever happens to me, right, I need you to marry. Don't play that, oh, I'm strong and single independent and I held out for my true love and all such shit. I said, fuck that. It's not about me. It's not about you. Once we have the kid, it's about the kid.
There you go.
Obviously, find a good guy that can, you know, be that father figure to the children. Right. That's what you're gonna need, and that's what the kids are gonna need. And you know, whether you like it or not, the statistics don't lie. They paint a very vivid picture, and that is kids growing up in single parent households are way more likely to wind up in jail or dead. Period. Especially quote unquote black kids. Right. So just off the numbers, get married. You know, and that's a conversation that most men should have. Maybe not. Maybe all men should have. You know, you gotta. It's got to be known. It's got to be known. It's not like a personal. Because I know some guys probably like, oh nah, you know, you better fucking, you better die with me being the last man you ever had. Oh, you know, shit. Like there's some dudes out there like that. And again, that's selfish. You know, you got to think about your child, man. You got to think about your child and what's the best thing for your child. So, women, when you're out there looking for a quote unquote boyfriend, no, you should be looking for a quote unquote stepdad, and you should be checking the boxes to see if he fits that criteria. Not about how the fuck he makes you feel per se. I mean, although that should be taken into account. Obviously, if he makes you feel like shit, then you know that's not going to be healthy for anybody. So obviously, you know, we have to use our brains here and not just go to one extreme to the next extreme, you know. But that's pretty much it.
No, but let's be real, right? I mean, I think this is something that comes back into something we speak about ad nauseum on this channel, right? Is that we, you know, women have to be realistic, and men as a result, you know, because we, you know, men, I need you guys to understand that, you know, and some of you guys that haven't woken up yet, whichever one comes first, is that we don't deal in possibility, we deal in probability. Right. So in order to you know, women are inherently given their value. We have to become and create our value. And so if that's the case, right, knowing that in mind, you don't want to be that guy that, I'm sorry to say it, like, you know, you don't want to be that guy that she wants to settle with to be the stepdad that Aaron's talking about. Right. Essentially, those guys do exist. Right. Because not everybody can be a high valued man and be a man that has options. right? And most times they're not. Most people are going to settle in those situations because, again, as Myron mentions, women are inherently needing of resources when it comes to children, right? This is why they want men that bring the most out of them, and as far as bring the most to the table, right? They go for the same types of guys because they want the same types of shit, right? They want to be able to not want for not. Right, even though all this boss babe and independent shit, the lies that they've been talking about, at the end of the day, what up, Fernando?
Oh, man, that's good.
Even though they've been selling you guys this lie about, oh, you got to be a boss babe, you got to be independent. In your core, most of y'all want a man that holds it down and grips it tight. As far not just in the bedroom, not just in the bedroom. Not just in the bed.
That's the second time you said something.
Yo, that grips are tight.
Whoa,
hey, Aaron, man, we're on YouTube, man. He can't. Oh, Jesus, man. First of all, I'm talking about dynamics between a woman and a man. If he's gripping it tight, you all know what he's talking about. If he's gripping it tight, gripping the cheeks tight, man. Gripping the cheeks. I'm talking about gripping the cheeks tight, man. That handles his business. Is clapping them cheeks up, right, and knows how to provide for his household. Right. At the end of the day, you want a man that's in charge. First of all, we're talking about dynamics between a woman and a man. Yeah, we're talking about a dynamics between a man and a woman. So before you be talking about that, it's just I see where your head's at, sir. So I said it, and I'm thinking where my head is went out and where your head, the homo, went out are two different things, right? So regardless of that, right? I think that men, you have to understand where your value lies at the end of the day, because a lot of these women are naive and or delusional, like this woman here, right? They say I've got all this, that I bring this, and I make good money and all this. A lot of these women that act like this have no idea what it takes to bag or to maintain a guy. They think that the lies that the media are telling them about, as far as be a boss, be independent, all that is not attractive to guys. Right. And guys, you need to really understand that, those types of women, you got to put them in the bucket and quick. Right. As my co-host said, get to a point where you have the option to be like, nah, I don't want to deal with your bullshit.
Exactly.
This is why I will say, this is why I strive. Right. I don't strive to make the most money, to be the best version of myself for women. No. I strive to be the best version of myself, aka first and foremost for me, right? Because I know that in order to live in this world as a man in a realistic society, you need to be the best. There's no excuses. No, reality doesn't give a fuck about your feelings. Sorry to say, I know women are emotional creatures, but men, we aren't afforded that same lollygaggy, sort of wishful thinking that women can do, where they could just, if they're pretty, they could just walk out and be like, you know what? I really don't want to work today. Let me just go fly down to Miami and just go ahead and walk the streets, and and I'll get a modeling agency to see me, and then my dreams will get hit. Like, men don't have that sort of, even the prettiest guy, right, is not going to be able to be afforded as many opportunities as the averagest looking woman, right? So knowing that in mind, guys, handle your shit, be the best versions of yourselves, so you don't have to deal with the bullshit that comes with women like this, where you don't have to look at these women and go, she's probably a shitty person, a shitty mom, but hey, I don't really have the options. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm kind of limited. Yeah. I'm kind of limited. So I guess I'll just have to, and what will happen the rest of your life? You'll be monogamous by default, not because you want to, but because you have to. And as a result, you'll just be sitting there looking around like, fuck, you're going to resent her. You're going to resent the kids. You're going to resent whoever that comes along the picture, because again, you weren't being the best version of yourself. And you now settled for something that falls outside of what you knew is needed for you to have true peace in your household.
Yeah.
Don't let that happen.
Yeah. And I'm pretty much going to echo what you just said, for the fellas out there, because I made a video months ago on my YouTube channel, and it was how to attract or how to bag or how to get a high value woman, or just, I think it was not even that, it was a good woman, not even high value, just a good woman,
because those don't exist.
Yeah. So
you're gonna be like, who hurt you? No, I'll explain after my co-host is done.
I did like a 30-minute video, and the video was pretty much just like about you as a guy. Are you comfortable in your own skin? Do you know who you are? Do you have your own thoughts? You know what I mean? Can you stand on your own principle when it comes to things? Like, if you are against something, can you sit there, or stand there for that matter, on that merit, and be unwavering in that stance? Now, obviously, be open to discussion, But most things when it comes to principle are just like, as a man, nah, I'm not with that. You know what I mean? Can you do that? And if you are doing it, again, is that on your own volition, or is it because someone put a battery in your back and they left it there for like 10 years and you forgot it's there? Because there's a lot of guys out there that they have those batteries in the back that was left there, and they think that they're running off their own pure energy, and that's just not true. They got a whole lot of feminine bitch ass energy on them. So again, if you want to get a good woman or find a good woman, you gotta make sure that you have all your shit together first, and I mean all your shit together, because you have the control, but only when you have the control over your life. If you don't have control over your life, if you're not in control, you don't have your life in order, and you allow anybody to just bring in freaking chaos to your goddamn life, then hey man, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to predict that your life isn't going to be shit for the most part. It's probably not going to end too well for you. But if you have everything in order, then you know what can happen? You can begin to predict things. I say all the time, most things don't surprise me, and that's because I've changed my mindset. Most things don't come as a shock to me because I see it coming. I'm not fooled by the nonsense like I used to be fooled by, girls are so pure and girls don't fart and shit like that. What? No, hell no. You know what I'm saying? But there's still dudes out there that maybe they don't believe it, but they want to believe that shit. And then you get some girls that are just pull a okie doke on these dudes, and those are the imps that we talking about. You know what I'm saying? Ooh. So again, you have to know who you are, be confident in who you are, and be moving with a purpose for everything that you do every day. And when you do that, the woman will come to you, and then you get to decide whether. Like it's Pokemon. Like, I choose you. You know what I mean? Like, for real.
Ooh, gotta catch him. Gotta catch him.
That's the power. That's the power that you were talking about, Mike. But a lot of these guys, they're not woke. They're not awake to this. They have to realize.
No, you know what it is that they don't understand their own value and their own worth, and it's not your fault,
Bingo.
Right? It's not your fault, right? It's society that creates all these microcosms for women and I know we're gonna get right. We're gonna get who hurt you and who made you like this and you're such a misogynist, you're such a woman hater, and this is it's like no. I see no, even regardless of that, right? Even if I was single, right? There's a difference between being butthurt, right, and then also understanding reality and how life is shaped around the reality. I don't bend to social constructs just because it's just because it's okay to you want to say, oh, go ahead, girl, and you want to accept every waking mistake, right, essentially, that a person creates, and you want to make it okay for them to do that. No. That's what society does, right? Society gives all these conventions for women, especially, to be their worst selves, and they praise them for it. Yeah. Right? If you're out of shape, no, he can't handle you. Yeah. He can't handle you. Love your curves. Yeah. Love your curves. That's not to say I don't. Yo, that's not to say I don't like big girls, but let's be honest, right? If you're an overweight woman, society's gonna give you a ton of love for being overweight. As opposed to if you flip it and you flip it to a guy, you're automatically, right, you're given no love. You're barely gonna bag the type of girls that you want. You're gonna be seen as a loser. You're gonna be seen as that you probably live in your mom's basement. You're gonna be given all these negative connotations that absolutely adhere to no part of reality, right? But that's just the society we live in, and we as men can't complain, nor do we complain, because we understand that this is a reality-based construct. Right. So now when we're talking about high value, right, because I know that's, I really want to shake some of our listeners up, right, because I want our men to really understand, what I'm talking about here. Right. Aaron, let me ask you, right, Queen Elizabeth, right, you would say she's probably one of the most powerful women on the planet. Yeah. Right. At face value. Right. Yeah. If Queen Elizabeth, when Queen Elizabeth was married, God rest his soul to Prince, to her husband that passed away. What was his title again?
The king. Wasn't he a prince though?
Thank you. Thank you. He was prince of some distinct, nondescript country, right? He basically was a prince. He was not made a king, right? They've been together for 70 plus years, and he was never even, by nature of bylaws, was never even in the running for king, which brought a lot of dissension between the two of them in the beginning. If you watch the Queen show, that was on Netflix. It talks a lot about that in the beginning stages of the relationship. I know a lot of it is buff for theatrics and things like that, but essentially the point I'm making is that queens cannot make kings, but kings can make queens.
Oh yeah.
If Prince William, right, married when Prince William and Princess Diana were together, if once his mom was off the throne, Princess Diana was going to be the next queen in line. So this is I'm pretty sure Princess Diana had no royal connections whatsoever. She was essentially a commoner, right? So this is the difference, right? When we're talking about high valued individuals, in reality, right, men, right, create the value of the woman that's beside them, right? It's if a woman has to create the value of the man beside her, she's gone.
Yeah.
She's gone.
Yeah.
She's gone, which is why women don't date below. So if you don't date below, the only options that are left are either your equal or someone that's superior to you. And last time I checked, when we're talking about superior, that means someone that is higher on the spectrum than you. Maybe not higher as a human being, but just and if we're going to keep sticking with these social constructs, it's going to be higher on the social platform than you are. And that's what women are absolutely okay with. A woman that makes $75,000 a year has no problem dating someone that makes $150,000 a year because she understands that man handles his business. But I guarantee you this, she's not going to go ahead and date someone that makes $40K a year and is bullshitting his life away, because at the end of the day, that's not a and if she is, it's because he's going to be the next Bill Gates. He's got ambition that drives him, that he's going to make him make more money and more money. But I guarantee you this, if I'm making six figures, I will gladly date a 40K woman with no problem whatsoever. Because guess what? Men have enough value to where whoever sits on our side, it's just as long as they provide the value necessary to enhance our lives, that's a win for us. Yeah. But for women, if you're seen with a bum dude, you're seen with a bum attractive dude, great. You picked the wrong one, because guess what's going to happen when he knocks you up and he's still a bum? Guess who's going to be calling Kevin Samuels in 20 years time asking why the heck this, I can't find the guy that I want. I'm pretty sure guys aren't calling in Kevin Samuels asking him about, I can't, unless they fall within that lower value tier characteristics. Yeah. Right. So this is just that I need my guys to, we need to understand which part of the game. And I'm not talking to every guy, right? Because I know a lot of women are going to say, oh, well, I dealt with some bullshit guys. I've dealt with some guys that have fucked me over. And you're absolutely right. 7 billion people on the planet. There's going to be a population of ain't shit Negroes that exist out there. Your job, right, is to do a better job of vetting those ain't shit Negroes, and don't let them shoot that club up. Right, because this is another one that's gonna rock some cores. It's gonna rock some cores, Aaron. It's gonna rock some cores. Women, when it comes to the creation of babies, have 100% responsibility because they have 100% authority over who is born in America and in the world. So if that's the case, who you put in, let's invade you consensually, obviously. That's who you're checking up with. So be careful, y'all. Y'all, just like our guys got a vet as far as who we're inserting, and my co-host talks about this all the time. We're gonna hold my men accountable. You just can't go, if you're gonna be shooting around, be careful, y'all. I know, I'm not perfect myself. I'll say this now. I have my moments. You know what I'm saying? I'm a dog. You know what I'm saying? I'm an animal. You know what I'm saying? So trust me. I do, and that's why when it happens, I have this like, oh shit, man. I start sweating bullets. Until that, my period hit. Then I'm like, oh Jesus, because I understand what I have to lose if I get caught up, right? Especially to the wrong woman. But if you're a lower value dude, you're just gonna be like, nah. It's like, it's whatever. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you haven't. Let's do it. Let's fucking do it. And then because again, if you're an attractive lower dude, you might even have more than one option. So you're probably gonna run around anyway, right? So this is advice, as my co-host was saying, that we give to guys. But women, listen up, right? Because at the end of the day, you want a guy that thinks the way that me and my co-host do. I'm sorry to say it, like you may act, above it and act like, this isn't something that you, but guys like us, we're the ones that you guys essentially want to be with, because we understand the principle, right?
Yeah.
We understand what it is. It's just, what it is. The guys that want to fuck you are gonna lie to you. They're gonna sing all those guys in your DMs,
Sweet
all the ones in those
nothings.
comments, the ones in the comments that are basically coming to your savior and coming to they're gonna lie to you and tell you they're gonna be on your team and all this other stuff. And they're gonna tell you all these sweet nothings just so that way you can, saying that you can eventually, drop your jaws to them, which you ever will, because you don't even see them like that, right? So we're here to do the dirty work, right, and to tell y'all how it is. Tell our men how it is, and tell y'all how it is, right? Y'all women especially how it is, so that way you can gear up for the real guys that you want to be with. Because once you have an understanding of the person that you're trying to settle down with, then you'll be able to do a better job of vetting. And then both sides can get away from dealing with the ain't shit Negroes.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much, yeah. I mean, I would just say we gotta. Well, obviously, my mission is to wake up the ancient Negroes, because they're just a victim of ignorance, sheer ignorance for the most part.
Yeah.
I mean, and then the ones that are willfully ancient Negroes, like them niggas, that's always going to be a population. There's always going to be a population.
Can't save them all. Can't save them all.
So that's just going to exist. But obviously, I always start with the man. The man has to be better. But what I was going to say, Mike, what's interesting is that as you brought up, the women have control because they choose to open their legs or not, right? Obviously, consensually.
Yep.
But the interesting part is, and it's not really that interesting, I see it for what it is. But women all the time are like, like, because they try to justify abortion, and obviously I'm against abortion. They'll try to justify it, saying like, well, what about my situation? And I don't think this is the best situation to have a child in. And I'll say, well, then you shouldn't have had sex without a condom or being on a birth control.
Right.
And then they try to start that circular bullshit. So what I'm saying is, as a woman, they always say like, oh, I as a woman should have the power and the authority to choose. The baby's gonna come, my right, my this, all that. They want all that. They want that title. You know what I'm saying? They want that.
They want that.
But and obviously me, I point out to the man, it's up to you to not just lay down with these women and shoot the club up. I don't go to the women because I don't think me and my personal opinion, I don't expect shit from women.
Right.
So I don't expect women to just wake up tomorrow and be like, oh, we're gonna close our legs, ladies, in solidarity, and we're gonna
absolutely
no. If you're waiting on the world to change through women, then you you're gonna be waiting a long ass time.
Yeah, so, no accountability.
So I'm talking to the men, but my point is, these women say that they're so responsible that they can make these decisions, but obviously you're not responsible enough to choose the right guy to lay down.
Woo! 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 Woo!
Mic drop.
Woo! Woo! Woo!
Bars.
Yeah, I just played the sound in the background. Hopefully we can hear it on the way. I was like, what? What the fuck? Oh my God! Right now, man, I'm telling you, this man Aaron, he's over 9,000. Yo, I'm telling you, man. I love these sounds. I hope this shit comes across. But I mean, at the end of the day, guys, I mean, when we're this topic, man, essentially, guys, we gotta be better, right? And this goes for. It's not just for y'all. I mean, I speak through you and with you, right? Because at the end of the day, right, this is something that you have to have, as my co-host mentioned, the manifesting of the constant, the constant affirmations to be able to create that lifestyle that you want, where you see the gaps that you have in your life. The only way that happens is if you address the real. And what we're trying to do through this podcast is help you guys understand where the reality and the social constructs dissipate. Right, because in there, what's been happening with this new wave, this third wave of feminism, is that men have been, their value and the perceived value of men has been dwindled, has been watered down, right? Which is why a number of different households, right, single mother houses especially, as my co-host brought up, as statistics bear, right? They just don't tier well because at the end of the day, society has lied and has fucked y'all women up. It has told you guys to stay away from being mothers, right, and focus more on careers. And before you come on here talking about stay away from being mothers, how could you? How dare you? How could you say something like that? How do y'all look at women that basically want to be housewives?
Oh, they look down at them.
How do y'all want to? Yeah, and I know you answered. Thankfully, thank you, Aaron. But I mean, let's be real, right? Let's have a gut check and a soul check moment, right? Because I know y'all aren't gonna come in the chat and say, oh yeah, no, yeah, no, you're okay, you're right. No, you're not gonna say. You're gonna say it in your head, and you're gonna hate on us from afar, but you're gonna be like, boy, when you guys look at housewives, what is the first thing? A lot of y'all, when we have conversations, where you're like, ugh, a housewife. That's no, that's not me. No, I need to be making money. I need to be doing all this. Well, guess what, guys? Modern women are tearing towards being the most unhappiest category in the United States. And you know why? Right? And a lot of you are going to be like, oh, well, it's not just because they're not having babies. And none of guys, as we said before, women and men are different. Our value and how we see value is completely different. A woman has won when she has a family to love and a man by her side that is supporting of her and that is someone that she can look up to and be proud of.
Yes.
That is when a woman wins. A man wins.
That.
I know, but I need to make sure our viewers are catching this fire, right? Again, right? I just want to make sure this category 3 fire is this 4 alarm is coming hot, right? Men see to have a valuable life based upon, first off, again, as I mentioned before, being able to put themselves in a position in the world where men want to be them and women want to fuck them, right? And on top of that, if he has a family, it's being able to provide and create avenues for his children to be able to then become modicums of society in a positive light, and having a woman by his side as someone that can support him, keyword support, through way of understanding where her role lies within the family structure. That is when a man has won, right? So what I need you guys to, my men, right? I need my men, my mandem. I need mandem to understand this, bruv. I need you guys to catch this hot fire, man. This is essentially what you need to understand. I need you to understand me. Hear me real quick. Allow it. What we're talking about here, right, is a simple conversation of pure value, right? So when we're talking about all this stuff about, men needing this, women needing that, at the end of the day, right, you control the narrative, right? And in order for you to control the narrative, right, there's an accountability that we know we're not going to get from women, that my co-host mentioned, that you're just going to have to take the brunt of, because reality hits men way harder than it hits women. Right? The government has conventions in place for women when they fuck up, but for men, when they fuck up, they get shitted on. So understand the game that you're playing, and understand that women like the one that we were showing you within the video from the Kevin Samuels episode, women like that, right? Who are essentially just looking to create, these kids that run around and shit talk and go to alternative school and are pissing on people and spitting on people. Like, this is the type of crop that they're trying to create. And in order for you to stay away from that, yes, men, you need to do a good job of vetting the woman that you're with as well. And if you do decide to take that Jimmy off, you best better believe that that woman is someone that you can see yourself having a productive family structure with going further in the future. If not, the accountability and the authority is and responsibility on if that baby comes to term is on the woman. But essentially, you're right there. Right, you're right there when it comes to whether or not you stick that thing in her. Right, so you gotta take some part in that too, right? Because this is two different things. We're not talking about the baby actually being born. That's all on women. That's 100% on the woman. The woman has complete autonomy on if that baby comes out of her vagina or not. We're talking about the oncoming stages, as far as before anything happens. Yes, she has the last say as far as you getting in there, but when she's telling you, oh no, it's all good, you could stick it in with that one. Come on, man. This is what's waiting for you, bro. This is the type of woman that's waiting for you if you're not careful, right? And I want you guys to take away from what I'm saying is that, you know, when you understand your value, moments like that will have you, like I was saying before, sick, bro. You're not gonna be sitting there like, yeah, I clapped this girl's cheeks. Like, you're not gonna be shouting to the rooftops about that shit, man.
Hell no.
You're not. You're gonna be sick when you start to get to the right age where you're making good money and all this other stuff. Doing shit like that, yeah, it's great in the first, you know, after you're, I mean, while you're doing it, but once you're done, you're automatically thinking, Jesus, Lord, I hope I didn't. Oh God, Lord, I didn't.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. Because look, as a man, the last thing you want is to have anyone, especially a woman, have control over you.
Woo.
And when you do that, she has control over you. Because don't be a fool. Women will not want to have a baby, but want your ass.
Ooh.
You heard what I said? They won't want to have no baby, but they'll want your. First and foremost, you know how many chicks have tried to say, "Oh, I'm pregnant," and I'm like,
yeah,
come on, let's be real here." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
let's be real here.
Yeah,
but they do that. You know what I'm saying? And these are girls that
absolutely.
Like, I didn't know for like a extended period of time where it's like they knew me. You know what I mean? It was just more or less like, oh, what's good, bro? What up? You know, it was more or less just like, oh, they want me, and they're pulling out all the stops. You know, and I know there's fellas out there that know exactly what I'm talking about. Oh, I had a girl be like, oh, I'm pregnant. It's like, okay, all right. But yeah, so fellas, if the chick would not want to have a baby, but want your ass, and then she'll have the baby. And then you literally, you put... You gave all your control. You gave all your control to an agent of chaos. That's what women are, man. By and large, they're agents of chaos, man. Not all, not all, but most. Oh, my man, Scott's out there. What's good, bro? What's good, man? Yeah, he said they find a way. Oh, they do find a way. They find a way.
Do, man. They do, man.
They always find a damn way.
They do, man. All right, so let's round out the rest of this episode and let's see what, you know, and then we'll finish with our last thoughts.
Man, you don't have these kind of options. And I'm trying to explain. Okay, then you wouldn't be here. If you actually had options of the kind and caliber of man that you want, then they were really considering you to be their wife, you wouldn't be here right now.
I know. I'm just kind of like learning about. I mean, I'm new here, so. This is literally like my first time like really watching.
But the thing is,
the
man,
game ain't old.
You're a baby mama.
The game ain't new. I'm sorry, the game ain't new.
And
so there ain't nothing you need to know from him.
Are you telling me you're dating someone seriously?
Oh, I always have options.
I'm going to ask you one more time. If you're vague, I'm going to bid you a good night.
I'm asking you,
are you dating someone seriously?
Yeah.
How long have you guys been seeing one another?
It's been like 2 years.
2 years. Has he expressed any desire to make you his wife?
Yes.
Has he taken you ring shopping in the last 2 years?
We've been ring shopping, yeah.
You lying ass.
When?
Yeah.
About 3 months ago.
3 months ago.
You lying.
Boy.
Lies.
But this ain't the guy that like really just like sparks like
what?
I don't know. It just doesn't feel like someone I want to be with forever.
But you went ring shopping with
So I go back to the first thing I asked you.
Yo.
Are you telling me you are seeing someone and the man who's actually considering you is the man you want to be with?
Yeah.
And you said, I've got options. And you just went through this convoluted way of getting back down to, I got
this
somebody
is hard to explain my love life.
Well, no, ma'am. What it is it's hard for you to deal with the truth. What it is one, you don't have a man that you want considering you to be his wife. You got a man that you don't want who sounds like he would take you, but you don't want to marry him. That's why it's been 2 years. This is why you're on here trying to figure it out. And I'm only trying to help you, but it seems like you'd rather argue or be right than listen.
No, I'm not trying to argue.
Okay.
But
Well,
you are
then
trying
I need
to
you
be
to
right.
understand that your children are a massive impediment. How about this? Would you like to have additional children?
I would.
How many?
Oh, maybe 2, 1 to 2.
So let's say you and I were to get married, okay?
Mm-hmm.
What you automatically set up is you get pregnant on our wedding night and you give birth to Kevin Jr. Then a year after that, you give birth to Kim. Kevin and Kim are my biological children with you, right?
Okay.
Then I still have to take care of your 2 other children, right?
So we have 4.
4 kids in the house.
Yeah.
Kevin and Kim are mine. If
Mhm.
I decide to spank Kevin, you can't say shit to me because he's mine biologically. You can't
Don't
tell
worry.
me, listen, okay, you're going to sit there and zip your mouth and let me get through the example before you say something.
Ooh,
Can you
child.
do that? Give me a minute.
Oh Lord.
Oh, how dare you.
Kevin and Kim are mine. They're my financial responsibility, and you cannot pull the mommy card on me because biologically you can't one up me. You can't play the high joker.
Mm.
You can't say those aren't. But when it comes to your children, they're your children. I've got to discipline them
man.
in line with what you
Stupid,
think is
stupid.
right. So I got
Stupid, man.
2 sets of kids in the house under 2 sets of rules.
I can't, man.
That's madness. I've seen it.
Mm.
Men don't want that, man. Can you understand that?
No, she can't.
That's the problem with having children already. Because you would have 2 kids by me, 2 kids over here. But yet, if they want to go to college, I'm still supposed to pay for it.
Mm.
Your children want to go to college, I got to put a roof over their head, food in their bellies, and provide for them just like I was providing for Kevin and Kim. Except Kevin and Kim, let's say you and I divorced. Kevin and Kim are mine. I still got visitation. Do I necessarily have anything with those kids? If you decide not to let me see my stepkids, you could cut that bond. You ladies never think of it from a man's side. It's all what you want. And like you said, you want a man
Kevin,
to
preach.
not be into all this superficial
Preach,
stuff,
Kevin.
which means you really don't give a damn what we think. We're just supposed to come in and do what you need.
Oh God, man. Oh.
Man.
Oh, this girl is
later, smack it down, Kevin. Later,
this
smack
girl,
down, smack.
this girl is so. Oh, yo, Kevin right now is. Yeah, I'm playing all the sounds right now. I'm telling you right now, yo, guys, chat. Let me know if you can hear my sounds on the side. But at the same time, Kevin, man, oh Lord have mercy, man. This is. Oh, I'm glad I let this video, continue to play. This is everything that we're talking about, y'all. It's you know what it is. It's what comes down to it is that.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Scott, so much. When we're looking at it, guys, Kevin Samuels is just. Oh, he's just slapping on this is I want you guys to listen to that, right? Because this is the problem. This is why men's rights activists don't get as much shine as women's rights activists. Because at the end of the day, the plight of man, while you guys like to, a lot of you women, right? Not all, but most of y'all women like to act like men have no problems, right? That we just, we're just in the world and we control everything. And so as a result, we have virtually no problems, right? And we have no speed bumps that comes along the way. Like, it's like you guys are, because you are women, you guys are devoid of understanding. This is why I say, guys, I would let you guys know, conversing your problems with women is a no-go, right? This is exactly why, because you can't have, he's trying because for the sake of, this is his job, right? He comes on here and does this stuff, but I guarantee you if he wanted to choose to have a real conversation about this stuff, about men's plight, he wouldn't have it with her. Right, because she's not even taking the time out to really understand the breadth of what she's asking of a man to do by being her significant other, right? The tale of responsibility, because society is going to shit on him if he was to have additional kids by her and was to shit on those kids that she has before him and without him, right? He's gonna get crucified either way. And you can call it a double standard, right? But guess what? Guys understand that reality is sexist. So we play the game based upon that. And that's why, because of probability, the chances of us settling down with a woman that has kids that are not our own is extremely low, because we understand the harsh reality that exists within our society, that men just are not able to ever get any sort of credence when it comes to taking care of each other. I remember we were talking about an episode a while back as far as men not getting enough credit when it comes to providing and taking care of their kids, and mothers get all the love, because especially for Mother's Day and all day every day, right? This is what we're talking. This is the reality that we're talking about, because what privilege comes a slight non-understanding, right? And in this case, because you guys have all these different microcosm and conventions for you, and because men essentially get no love and praise whatsoever, not that we seek it, right? Because when Father's Day comes, a lot of us just kind of go, all right, we shake it, we shrug it, because guess what? We're doing what we're supposed to do. We're not. This is ingrained in us, right?
Exactly.
We're acting as we're acting as we're supposed to, and because of that, you don't get credit for doing what you're supposed to do. But for some reason, when it comes to women on the other side of the aisle, doing what you're supposed to be doing gets you all the love and praise whatsoever. Oh, that's actually pretty dope. I love that. Do you see that across the screen?
Yep.
Did you do that?
Yeah, I did that. Yep. I want everyone to see it. Just
that's so dope.
See it, because that's facts.
Yeah, yo, that's so dope. That's so fucking dope. But essentially, this is what we're talking about. Women like this are living in an emotional based microcosm of the world, right? That no one really adheres to. And I'm sorry to say, she's probably going to end up single without a ring, because she can't get out of the woman lens of reality, right? Because at the end of the day, people need to get this. I need y'all to really strap yourselves in, right? Reality could give a fuck less about your feelings, right? So when someone gives you the facts and gives you the actual, I feel like I will. Well, I thought. Well, but to me personally, no.
Wait,
reality.
You talking about men or women?
Both sides of the spectrum.
Because I won't go that far, Mike. No,
men do both that shit too.
Yeah. For men, no one gives a fuck about how men feel, but people care about how women feel.
Well, yes, industries care about how women feel. And that's why they're milking the shit out of them. That's why they milk the shit out of them. But we're talking about this conversation, right? Because at the end of the day, she wants results, right? She wants a man that's gonna give her and her kids what they need, and is that stability. But she wants a certain type of man.
Well, that's the question. Does she?
She wants a certain type of man. But guess what? Those dudes ain't knocking and signing up for what she's got to offer. So that's what I'm talking about, is the reality, right? And because she lives in an emotional sphere, right? An emotional sphere of thought, it's not going to click until she gets to that moment, right? And it's not going to be on this, obviously, because she's still fighting it. She's still fighting reality. Reality is still slapping her, and she's still, don't you dare, Kevin. I swear to God, Kevin, stop, leave me alone. Like she's fighting all of it, right? All of the truth is coming for her, and she wants no part. Oh, Scott just dropped some love over here. Too. Yeah, I see that. I mean, that's nice. I don't give a fuck about one another unless it's
pretty much,
dude. Pretty much, dude. But
much,
like,
Chris, yes.
But you know what's insane, right? What people will lie to you and tell you, oh no, it's the same on both sides. No, people don't give a fuck what men have to say, what men feel, because guess what? Men's rights activists get no play and no love. You know what they get told by feminists and most left-siding individuals? They get told, "Oh, you're whining, you're a baby." They get shamed all over the place. When you start talking about how men are the ones that are actually committing suicide out here, the fact that men are sitting in more death row cells as opposed to women, and yet we're supposed to be on this equal plane of justice and whatnot. Yet you bring these things up as far as the heightened level of aggressive sentencing for men in the justice system versus women. You bring all these things up, dude, you get shitted on. You get made to seem like such a bitch for having any sort of thought about the greater cause for men. It's not even funny. But women do this shit on the regular. They get put on The View, they get put on ABC, they get put on Good Morning America, they get put on yeah, they get put on the talk, on all these different avenues to be able to expel and give their view on what the world, you know, how the world is fucking them
which
over.
is just their fucking anecdotal experience that no one gives a shit about.
Absolutely. Which it rarely ever is talking about the mean, and it's most likely just bringing into fact that, you know, yes, their life is shitty, but hey, guess what? There's a lot of women, right? There's 7 billion people on the planet. I think people forget about that. There are 7 billion people on the planet. Like it's and Chris, hey, look, we do have feelings, right? But let's be real. Reality gives a fuck about our feelings. The difference is that men get it and don't complain. Like we don't complain about it because we get it that reality is supposed to suck, because reality is not made to be good or bad. It's just is what it is. However, women are afforded the luxury to be emotionally tied to the shitty ways about life. So they get to complain about it, they get to bitch about it and moan about it and give all these shits, and then we accept it because we understand that women operate like that. But men, if you get into that role, you get cascaded with the quickness. Like your opportunities get limited hard, dude.
I mean, to a degree, it's like, for instance, women are princesses. Every woman that you know is somebody's little princess. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And guys aren't. So, but then again, you know, if you have a daughter, she's gonna be your little princess. You're not gonna be like, well, let me change how this shit goes. You're not gonna be my little princess. I'm gonna make you a battle-hardened fucking. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to do that. She's still going to be your princess. The only issue is that, like, they take it too damn far. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They take it too fucking far. You're not a real fucking princess. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you're not. So let's just keep it 100. But I wanted to touch on what Scott said. So when you have kids, whether male or female, there's a stigma that the person you're dating needs to step into a parent role. This is where the mature communication comes in. You can't expect every dude or girl you date to step into that role. I agree. And I think that you have to be as transparent as possible. If you are the party coming into it with a child, you know, you have to let them know, like, hey, I have a child, but I'm just trying to get my buns did. You know, be honest. And then, you know, you can get your buns did. Yeah. But if you're looking for a stepdaddy, you can't just expect people to just say, you know, all right, who's in the batter's box? You know, I'm coming in now. It doesn't work like that because that's a huge responsibility. You know, it's a huge responsibility. And I think that guys need to. Oh, my man, Elijah's out here. What up? But I definitely think it's a huge responsibility for fellas to understand that, hey, it's not a joke. It's not a game. You know what I mean? If you're with an older woman, like, for instance, one of my best friends, he dated this girl. We were like 23, 24. He dated a girl in her 30s. I said, bro, and you can ask him too. I said, bro, what are you doing? Yeah. She's going on one to get married. She's in her 30s. We were like 23, 24. I said, she's going to want to get married. He's like, oh, no. You know, I'm not ready for that yet. I said, I'm not talking about you. If you're ready, you moved into her place. This is what's coming. You can't be surprised by this. You know what I mean? What's good, Elijah? You can't be surprised by that, you know? So, again, if a girl has kids and you dating or you clapping, you can't be surprised if she starts trying to make it a thing, you know? And most guys, you know, we got to do a better job at communicating. Like, for instance, I've never had a problem communicating. Like, I would say, look, I'm not interested. I'm doing a lot of things. We could just keep doing what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? Doing what we do.
I'll answer your thing, Scott. I got you. I think I answered a little earlier.
Yeah, but keep on doing what you're doing. But hey, fellas, look, again, it doesn't hurt to be honest with the woman, because what you're gonna do is say no. I'm gonna stop. No, first of all, I'm guaranteeing you, 80% of them are not gonna say, "Oh, well, fuck it then." You know what I'm saying? They're gonna keep on getting their buns did. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just how they roll.
Yeah, no, and I'm absolutely with you. And just to answer your point really quick, Scott, do baby mamas have market value though? Absolutely, they do, right? Because like anything, right? I'm gonna keep it, you know, guys, if you can hear this, you know, let me know. I'm gonna give some uncomfortable truths right now, right? You know, that's gonna be, they have market value, but that is some low ass market value for your ass. Okay, I'm just sorry to say it. I'm sorry to say it. Okay, that's like that, and it's not in a good way. It's not in a good way where you could buy AMC and buy it up, and then you're just happy as fuck, and then you get to go crazy, right? And then it's gonna shoot up when everybody starts going back to the movie theaters again. No. That market value is not going up to stay. All right, so it's essentially, and this is because, again, right, and it's different for guys, right? So I'll start with the baby mamas, and I think we talked about this earlier. Baby moms, at the end of the day, it's just the guy that gets brought on has so much more responsibility that is expected of him that it's almost insurmountable, right? It's an exuberant amount of pressure because, again, you're bringing up somebody else's kids, you're bringing up somebody else's legacy. So if you fall short, right, not only are you going to let down that child, right, or those children, but at the same token, in the eyes of society, you are going to be looked at as a failure for kids that aren't even your own, much less if you were to do a shitty job with your own kids, right? So now add into the fact that you probably do want your own kids on top of that. For most guys that do get into those relationships, now you have the and this is what Kevin Samuels was alluding to. Now you have the responsibility of taking care of those kids, and you have the responsibility of taking care of kids that you can't even whoop when you want to, because let's be honest, modern women in this day and age, they're not tearing towards, capital punishment in the household, if that's what capital punishment is called. That they're not tearing towards that. So you're not even going to be able to do what you want in regards to, from a punishment perspective, to those kids. So now you're automatically getting taken away. It's just not going to happen. And Elijah, thank you. That's perfectly sums it up. And I think that's just why for women, that market value, it ain't what it's all signed up to. I mean, all racked up to be, right? But for baby fathers, though, society expects us to be providers, right? So when you're in a village, you're gonna have, this is just customary. This is something from the tales of time. You've had multiple women and multiple different huts and multiple different stables within the village. This is just something that it's just from the dawn of time. It's just been expected. We're expected to go out there, kill, and get everything we need for the village. And at the same token, if you have enough resources, you can have multiple families. So that's just something that has been ingrained in us since the dawn of time in regards to the human existence. So for men, our market value does not teeter as long as you're staying as a high valued man, bringing the resources to the table. If you have kids outside of the relationship that you're getting into, it's really not going to be that big of a deal, right? And most women are going to find it attractive for you to be taking care hard of that baby girl or baby boy that you have in your stead, because of the fact that men are expected to be those men.
Let me give a less winded response to that. So do they have market value, Scott? The answer is yes, but again, it's small. And the reason why it's small is because these women get their value from the men. Now, if the woman was married still, she would have value still. But because she's not married, or say she was never married, that means that another guy appraised the situation and said, nah, I'm good. With his own damn kids. With his own damn kids. So, no, there's not more value there than there is with someone without kids, per se, whether they be a little bit older or a little bit younger. At that point, age isn't really much of an issue, because again, when it comes to men, you don't really give a damn. You know what I'm saying? You really don't care. As long as you and her connecting, obviously the sex has got to be great, but on top of that, she's not talking too damn much. And then when she is talking, she's talking about things that she actually fucking knows about. And then, all right, you could say, all right, she's tolerable, as opposed to, you're done smashing, and the next thing you know, she wants to just start blabbing her goddamn mouth about a whole bunch of bullshit that you ain't trying to hear. It's like, bitch, if you don't get out of my damn face with this nonsense. Right? I mean, I'm just keeping it straight G. So, to sum it all up, they have value. Of course they have value. Because there's going to be imps out there. And that's the simp word.
What are you doing?
I'm saying, I got it.
We're
I'm saying
online, man.
I know, but I mean, people, they got to know, man. They got to know.
They know when the imps. They know when you say imps.
That's who you're referring to. As long as there's those type of guys out there, those women are always going to have value. You know what I'm saying? For instance, houses in the hood have value, right? Now, they're not high value, but they have value. They're dilapidated. They've been ran through. You know, you see the similarities there.
Yo,
I'm just saying.
Yo, this guy just went in. Oh, I'm done, yo.
He said, my wife is Puerto Rican and Italian. Need I say more?
Yo.
No, you know, man. I hear you loud and clear with that one.
Yeah, bro. Nah, we all been there, man.
Bless
we
you.
All been there.
Bless you, Chris.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's why you've been together for so long, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, I mean and I thank you, Aaron, for putting that together a little bit smoother. I think you know what it is. It's just I get so wrapped up in in this kind of conversation because I think men don't understand, and I don't want to call them imps if they get into those types of scenarios, right? Because there are men that that aren't fertile, that can't have babies, right? So essentially they do want to have a family, but they're just not capable of putting it. So, but the thing is again, like we don't speak here about the exception.
No,
right.
Never.
We speak here about in generalities about the most, right? The majority, because at the end of the day, if I'm leading you, I'm not going to lead you based upon what's rare. I'm going to lead you about the probability of what's going to happen, and because of that, it's just that value is just those guys that are coming. Most likely, she's not going to want them in the first stead. She may settle for a guy that falls within those lower tiers and is on that lower side of the spectrum, as a result of her choices and her life choices. But that's just the nature of the game, right? It's consequence. There's consequences behind actions, and I'll even say this because my co-host mentioned that the guy was saying deuces to the family, deuces to the kids. Women are the ones that are essentially the deal breakers. Modern women are pressing the ejecto button on all relationships. 80% of divorces in this day and age are filed by women. So you know what I mean? It's no happenstance that the freedom that's been given.
But Mike, do you know that the main reason, because obviously when you file for divorce, you have to have a reason, right?
Right.
The main reason is, drum roll please, irreconcilable differences.
Yep.
Which pretty much means I'm over this.
Yeah. Which means like Elijah said and later in the chat, earlier in the chat, I didn't sign up for this. I expected to be happy all day, every day. And I expected to be having the most blissful life possible for the next 50 plus years. And I was going to be the most Snow Whitish of individuals ever on the planet. And then reality came. Came hard and fast and was like, sit your happy-go-lucky ass down. And you got married for all the wrong reasons. So now, guys, right? But this goes to show that men aren't the ones that are ejecting, right? Like, even if we fuck up, right? We're, even if, unless you drastically fuck up in regards to infidelity and so, and that's another conversation for another day. But for the most part, men are staying. We stay. Like you can't name me an instance in all. If girls that do watch this, name me an instance where the guy stepped away from the relationship. Mm-hmm. And if it did happen, I guarantee you it didn't happen on multitudes of occasions. It was probably a rarity of the guy, and it's because you probably fucked up.
Oh, definitely.
You probably did some bum shit. You were probably out there getting your back blown out from a girl's trip, right? And then he saw the pictures and the dick in the DMs and shit. Yeah. So you know what I mean? But you won't hear about that though, right? So I think we want to talk about the accountability part of it. If women, if she stepped away from a relationship, not because she was getting abused, not because she was getting mistreated as far as fucked up and things like that, and the man was doing intentionally harming her and things of that nature, right? If she stepped away for reasons outside of that, especially when you're vetting her and getting to understand her, these are things you need to look out for, right? Because you need to see love is not unconditional, right? So you need to see how conditional her love truly is going to be. And if it ain't on par and it's not able, and if you can't detect whether it's going to weather, especially if she bounces and eject those Cetos from the man that is holding, that gave her the legacy, do you want to sign up for that? Do you want to take your chances that she's not going to just bounce and leave on you when you slip up, or you have a you have a rough relationship and she's not happy 24/7? Yeah. These are the things you need to be looking out for, guys. So listen intently when you're dating, women like that, and that's why their value, essentially goes lower, because these are all the different factors that are taken into consideration when gauging individuals like that.
When you buy a car, you ask for the Carfax.
Oh, they hate that. They hate that analogy.
I'm just saying.
No,
I've been saying that since Carfax came out.
Yeah, I know.
It's real though. You know, look, everything. See, but they hate it because they don't like accountability. They don't want to own the shit that they did. They don't want to own that. Yeah, you know, I was a hoe.
Ooh,
you know what I'm saying? And it's cool. Ooh. It's cool. Look. Most women go through a hoe phase. Now, a majority of them stay in that whole phase.
Oh.
You know, so leave them in that phase, and you know, do what you got to do with them, and then keep it moving. And then you know, the other women are the ones that never had the whole phase, and the ones that had it, and then you know, they got it out their system, and it is what it is. We must realize that we live in modern day Babylon, where it's like literally you could do whatever the fuck you want to do, and most people take advantage of that and do whatever the fuck they want to do, and especially when women aren't being held accountable for anything. They do what the hell they want to do.
No, because especially women.
Say you want to say, okay, you's a hoe, you a slut. Oh, you shaming me? Slut shaming? All this like really? Yeah, like so no matter what, you want to call a woman a hoe because she sleeps with everybody. Oh, that's slut shaming. You want to call her fat? Oh, that's fat shaming. No matter, there's nothing that you can say that they don't have a rebut for that. You know what I mean?
Holds accountable for their mistake.
Exactly. So there's always like a way out. There's always a caveat. Only domesticated animals love unconditionally. My dog, man. My dog, he loves me unconditionally, no matter what. No matter what, man. Shit.
Yeah, he's riding. Yeah, Luca's riding. No, you're absolutely right. I think that's what people, you know, get it fucked up, right? Especially a lot of guys get it all fucked up. Is that, you know, it's just they sit here and think like, oh, you know, it's gonna be this is what, you know, this is the plane that we're on, and it's like no, there are two different conversations happening here, and if you keep allowing yourselves to get meshed in with the wrong part of it, you're gonna get fucked over in the long run, dude. You got to get out of that lens, right? I know some of you you've been watching The View, you know what I'm saying? Some of you guys out here, you've been fucking up, man. You've been watching all these damn outlets, you know what I'm saying? You've been listening to your girls giving you your girlfriends giving you advice on women. This is not women will rarely ever tell you. Women will rarely ever get hit, and it's because again, like society has been created at this point, especially in this point. So I hate when, you know, women come to us and they're like, oh, well, you know, we feel like women aren't getting what they want and women aren't able to do what they want and this and that. Shut. Like, women are more free in America. We're talking America because you're not living in Saudi Arabia. So I hate when women try to bring in other women from other parts of the world. No. That's not where you live. Like, you live in America, one of the most freest countries on the planet. You can essentially, as we were talking about, you can get your buns did ad nauseum. You can put on as much weight as you want. You can be broke. You can be a broke bee.
You can wake up tomorrow and want to be a man.
Yo, you can want to change genders, right? And society, as a result, will look at you and go, "You go, girl. You go, girl. You go, girl." They can't handle you. They don't know how to handle a boss bitch like you. So you go ahead and you do you. You do you, boo-boo. You go ahead and be that best girl that you can be. Even though you're out here fucking up. Society will rarely ever hold you accountable for, especially if you look good. We're not talking about the ones that are, you know, Schmeagle looking. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all, you know, it's a little harder for y'all out here. I won't even lie. It is a little harder. But for y'all good-looking women that like to come on here and that like to come in our DMs or hit us up and with all this, oh, how could you guys say these? Come on now. Life's easy for you. Life's in easy mode. And for you to act as though that life is not is just incredibly disingenuous. So please spare me the bullshit, guys. If you put yourselves in the shoes of men for even just one day, the certain amount of pressure that you feel on a day-by-day basis would crush you in a second. It would crush you in a second. And guess what? You wouldn't be able to talk about it.
No,
you wouldn't be able to talk about it.
No one cares.
Because guess why? Nobody gives a fuck how men feel. Nobody gives a fuck how men feel. No matter what we say, no matter what we do, my feelings are irrelevant, right? And you know what? You know what the best thing about that is? We just fucking live and do it. We just fucking live and do it. Right? We get depressed. Yeah. Yeah, but guess what? We still wake up and we still go ahead and get the fucking job done because we understand that nobody gives a fuck. Now, if I was a woman, oh yeah, I could complain to everybody. If I had a man, I could complain to him. I can complain to my girlfriends. I can complain to my best friend that wants to fuck me, but I won't let him because I put him in the insurmountable danger zone, friend zone. You know, I have all these options to complain to. But but guess what, guys? Like it's just, you know, we don't operate on the same rules, guys. We don't operate under the same rules. So please spare me the bullshit, guys. Spare me the bullshit, guys. Seriously, thank you, Elijah. I just had a moment. At this. Oh God.
He did just go in, Elijah.
Yo, this shit's nuts out here, man. This shit's nuts out here. This shit's outside here. There's so much delusion out here. It makes me pissed, yeah. It makes me pissed, man.
Yeah.
And I would cry, Elijah. I would cry if I could. I would. But guess what? Society has given me has made my tear ducts incapable of letting tears out, no matter how sad I am. And that while it may be, oh, you know, girls may see it and go, oh, you know, you should, cry to me. If I was to cry to you, your level, you would dry up like the Sahara. If I cry to you enough times, you are going to look at me as a weak individual. I don't care what you say. You can go ahead and be there. Oh, yeah, no, I want a man that's okay in his emotions. Yeah. You want a man that can control his emotions, control it and be able to hone his shit. You do not want a man to come home from work, babe. Oh, my God. Oh, I don't know if we're going to make the rent this month. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Can you pay half this week? Can you pay half this month? Can you pay half this month?
She's gonna be looking at it like, what? She'll be
Ninja, please.
She'll be like, oh hell no, this thing.
Ninja, please.
All on that phone, like,
Ninja, please.
Don't be a fool, guys. Y'all know women have dudes in that friend zone. Like that's their stable. Mm-hmm. That's their stable.
And they feeding them. They feeding them. They dangling the pussy on them in the stable.
Oh, you want me to pay half the rent? You won't guess what this ninja had the audacity to ask me this month. Are you serious? Can we meet up? Let's meet up at the Sheraton. Let's meet up at the Sheraton. Oh. I've been needing to cry as in, you know, get my buns did. You know, I get my back blown out by a beta male, right? By another beta. So you out here by, you know, it's literally giving your cheeks up for a dude. And if he is waiting in the stable, who says that he's gonna even want you like that? So it's just I don't even want to get into that conversation as far as friends and girls and guys being friends. But let's be real, guys. Like girls don't want. They just don't. You know, as much as they try to act like, you know, feelings are this and feelings are beautiful, you don't want that out of a man, guys. Hell no.
Most of y'all. And if you do, guys, you're out here dating imps. You want an imp.
Yeah. You want an
imp. You're part of that exceptional small population of women that get attracted to men that have feminine qualities.
Elijah's stupid.
Oh shit! Yeah. Getting rolled hard. Oh, put away. Jesus. Jesus.
I won't even put that on the screen.
Coming back to the bed. Coming back to the bed. He like all with a smile on her face, like acting like, you know, they didn't just have trials and tribulations in their house. He like, baby, everything okay? Oh yeah, everything's good. Everything is real good. What's all that? Did you just mow? What was it? No. I was just, my back was hurt. I mean, no. That's what's going on. That's what happens when you allow a man to delve out his emotions, right? That little faucet of yours, right? If you were a Latina woman and your shit gets spicier and fucking juicy like the wetness of the Amazon. Oh no, that shit getting as soon as he starts crying, as soon as that first tear, and I take that, I'll give a mulligan. You might be okay with it, once every 5-10 years, right? If he just wants to have a good cry, you know what I'm saying? If he wants to have a good cry, his mom passed away. you know, these things happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh shit, Chris. oh,
yo,
shit.
Chris,
not like this, yo. This isn't your wife though that you're with now. Please, Chris, say it ain't so, man. Please say it ain't so. I hope it's somebody else that you were dealing with.
Say it ain't so.
Sheesh.
No, I believe it though. He knows.
Yeah, I believe it. But I just hope that's not.
She probably was like, "Oh hell no!"
No. He put his head on her shoulder. It's okay. It's okay. It's all right. Yeah. It'll be okay. Yeah. You gotta fight through it. You gotta be better. I gotta be better. Yeah. I'm in a bad place here. I'm about to lose my job. Yeah. Just find another one.
Man, you'll be okay. My wife only seen me cry at funerals.
Yeah, man. Like there's no place for it. There's no place because
even then I limit it. Even then I limit it.
Because women in the deep bowels of their soul. I'm sorry, guys. Like we know
exactly
this
like that.
Yo. Because women know, right, in the deep bowels of their souls, right, and we know this because we study women, right. We have to because there's only way you can. It's gonna sound terrible, but in order for you to capture your prey, you need to study their habits. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure there's no dating platforms for women to get men. Right, because that you guys have the abundance. You guys have the sexual abundance out the ass. I open your DMs. Even if you're an average busty looking girl, you will probably have about 15 to 20 different guys still sending you D pics. It's different, right? So because it's harder for us, right, to get girls, we deal and we have to study y'all. So as a result, we know that if we end up coming out, fucking boo-hooing, y'all are just gonna screw. Who is this? It's like the masculine detector goes off like, oh my god, you're a weak man. You're a weak man. You're a weak man. I've got to go on my DMs. I gotta go for the most masculine looking dude. Oh, this is not working out for me. No. So, oh man. No, dude. Hey, this is some of our Chris. I appreciate the fuck out of that. This is actually our fourth video episode that we've been able to do.
Maybe the fifth, I think.
Yeah. So, we had the other one with the Jordan Peele, but they did us dirty with that one.
Thank you.
But yeah, man.
That, brother.
For real. Thank you for the engagement, man. You're definitely an MVP, especially. This is guys. We have this platform because especially what I've been seeing in a lot of the podcasts I watch. Guys don't get to talk like this.
No.
Right? You know what I'm saying? Because at fear of losing their jobs, not being able to have sex with women. Because if you talk like this on a date with a woman, most times they're not. She's gonna look at you like, "Nani?" You know what I'm saying? Like, no, we definitely do, Chris. Definitely do, Chris.
Yeah, of course. Hell yeah, I remember.
Definitely. There's not a lot of Chris Gonzalez's that I know from Colonia. So yeah, I definitely remember you. But yeah, man, that's essentially like, we get it, dude. Like we just get that it's not easy to talk like this. Even me, like I work in the banking industry. You're not gonna say where I work, but essentially, I'm saying, like, us having this conversation, like we put ourselves a lot at risk to have these conversations because we know that you guys, right, no matter who tunes in, can get a ton of value out of hearing it the way that it needs to be heard. Right. So I take a lot of pride. And that's why, yeah, I do get, Mike rants. I love that hashtag.
Yeah, Elijah, I say that. Mike rants.
I rant because this is essentially, this is a bucket and a field that I just think that is so fucking dope, dude. I think it's so amazing to be able to talk like this and be able to have men understand, like, no. Society wants you to believe this, but reality says this, right? Stop trying to bring those two together because at the end of the day, they don't adhere to one another. Right. So let's focus on the reality and let's be our best versions of ourselves. And let's get this money, man. Let's get these resources and let's get the options that come along with the resources. Yo, yeah, Upal Rana. Yeah,
of course.
Yeah, Upal, I saw lost man weight. Upal is one of those guys that created himself into a higher value dude. And and as a result, he's living the life that he wants to live. You know what I'm saying? Like
Upal turned into he digivolved into handsome.
Exactly. Yeah. Puberty, exercise, all that, turned him into, the guy he envisioned in himself.
Yeah, Upal knows what's up. He'd be great to come on his damn podcast.
Yeah, man.
He definitely.
I definitely want to know what he's up to.
He definitely. Well, I know he was
yeah.
doing like a food Instagram and traveling. He was traveling all over and
Oh,
eating all
nice.
types of different food and taking photos of different like cuisines and stuff like that. But that was probably like a couple years ago when I seen it. But yeah, it looked.
I gotta add him. I gotta add him on Instagram. But no, this is the sense of the life, right? This is the life that we want our viewers and ourselves, right? Because again, like we're all works in progress. But if you don't have a steady base, knowing that where your value needs to be, right, you're just gonna continually settle for what you're not owed, right? And I'll say this one last time, guys: men need to create their value. Women are born with value. Understand that, and you will be able to dictate the terms when it comes to your relationships, and understand where your value truly sets when you're dealing with the outside sex, guys. Understand that, own that, breathe that, live in it, live in it, live in it. Oh yeah, absolutely, man. Definitely,
Yeah,
definitely,
for sure.
dude.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. We'll definitely chop it up. And then we'll be able to definitely, have some conversation and see, we definitely want all different types of viewpoints on here, man. That's the nature of the game on here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because obviously, Mike and I agree on a lot of things. So yes, sometimes it's good to get, Oh, Elijah, there we go. Yo, this dude.
Yo, Elijah, man.
I'm not sure if you Facebook people can see Elijah's comments, so I'm gonna put it up there so I can see.
Yo, we all know, man.
Yo, that's super deluxe moist.
Yeah, we all know, man. That shit
already know. Yes.
Boy, I tell you, making me thirsty, man. I tell you, man.
There's definitely some value in that.
Ooh, some
good. Some 4 for 4 value meal in that banana.
Yo,
no, I'm joking.
Yeah,
I'm joking. I'm not joking.
Yo,
I'm dead ass.
Yo, I'm really done, yo. This guy is so stupid. All right, man. But I think I'm good on my end, man. This was definitely an amazing episode.
Oh, heck yeah, man. Heck yeah. So to sum it all up on my perspective, do they have value? Yes, they do. They have low value in my opinion, but obviously that's subjective. If you're a guy and you meet a girl like that and you think she's the right one, hey, I'm not telling you not to do it. I'm saying, be wary. But, look, we're not here to tell anyone what to do. You know what I'm saying? Live your best life. All we can do is give you more information. That way you can discern situations better. So with that being said, love y'all. Peace.
All right. Peace out.